everyone, welcome to our channel Knowledge of Friends. Subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon for the latest update. आज हम लोग वेब टेक्नोलॉजी की क्लास करेंगे, जो कि क्लास अगर आपकी बात करती हूँ तो क्लास 8 है। क्लास 7 हम ऑलरेडी कंप्लीट कर चुके हैं, जिसमें हमने यूनिट 1 कंप्लीट कर लिया है एंड यूनिट 2 कंप्लीट कर लिया है। यूनिट 2 में जो है हमने 2 पार्ट्स में डिवाइड किया था, जिसमें हमने पार्ट 1 आपका HTML डिस्कस किया है और पार्ट 2 जो है वो आपका हमने CSS डिस्कस किया है और पार्ट 3 जो है वो हमने XML डिस्कस किया है। पूरा डीप में हम डिस्कस कर चुके हैं यूनिट 2 को। आज की क्लास में जो हम स्टार्ट करेंगे वो यूनिट 3 स्टार्ट करेंगे, जो कि स्क्रिप्टिंग एंड नेटवर्किंग है। तो इसमें भी हम पार्ट में डिस्कस करेंगे, जिसमें से पार्ट 1 जो आपका होगा वो आपका स्क्रिप्टिंग होगा एंड जो पार्ट 2 होगा वो आपका जो होगा वो नेटवर्किंग होगा। तो पहले हम आज की क्लास में जो स्टार्ट करेंगे, होपफुली अगर ज़्यादा लंबा क्लास नहीं गया तो विल एंड अप विद स्क्रिप्टिंग एंड ये आपका जो नेटवर्किंग है वो आपका पार्ट 2 में हम डिस्कस करेंगे। सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल इट्स अ ह्यूज रिक्वेस्ट टू ऑल द सब्सक्राइबर, प्लीज़ गो थ्रू विद द सब्सक्राइब बटन एंड प्लीज़ लाइक, शेयर एंड सब्सक्राइब अवर channel because your support is very important to us. So I will provide you each and every subject what you required of. So in the terms of it, if as I told you about it, like we'll discuss the part 1, that is just scripting here. So what do you understand by the scripting? First of all, that is very important, and in that case your scripting concept should be cleared. अगर नहीं clear है तो I will be providing you the cleared concept here, so you can just go through with the subscribe button, you can trust on it, and we will go through with the scripting. As I told you, this is in terms while we are talking about the scripting and networking. In the terms of the scripting and networking here, that with regard of it, last class if I'm talking about, as I told you about the HTML, CSS and XML, so here we'll discuss about the detail in the scripting and networking here. So scripting is that introduction to the somewhat of introduction to the JavaScript here. So what is the need of the client side scripting using the scripting languages such as HTML, JavaScript and so on. So you have to be very clear about it. Like following are the issues that can be handled using the client scripting. The first is that simple scripting language like HTML or XML that represent the data on a web page in a simplest manner, that we had discussed even though in the last unit as well and in the last class as well. The second issue that is to be handled using the client side scripting, that the scripting language like JavaScript and DHTML are used for enhancing the interactivity of the user with the browser. And the third is that the mathematical evaluation is also possible using the client side scripting as well. The fourth is using the client-side scripting languages, the web page which get designed for the user, that provides a graphical user interface and which the user can input his data in an elegant manner, and the data can be submitted to database or to this any server scripting language in order to process it further. In the regard of it, the fifth issue that to get and handle using the client scripting language. The fifth is that the input validation can be possible using the client scripting language like JavaScript. And the sixth and the last is using the cascading style sheet with the client script that look feel of the web page can be enhanced. So these were the client side scripting using the scripting languages that we are using, and all the scripting language like JavaScript or in reference towards the CSS as well. In the regard of it, to improve with the client script to look feel better, and our web page can be enhanced. Now we'll discuss the difference between the Java and the JavaScript. This is very important and you have to be very clear, because बहुत सारे बच्चों को doubt होता है कि what is the difference between Java and a JavaScript as well. So in the terms of the Java and the JavaScript, that should be very clear, and in the terms of the Java and JavaScript, we will discuss the 4 differences between the Java and the JavaScript. In the terms of the Java, you can just write it down that Java is a programming language, and where the JavaScript is a scripting language. Java is a programming language and JavaScript is a scripting language. Java is an object-oriented programming language, and the JavaScript is not an object-oriented programming language. The object model of the Java is far different than a typical object-oriented programming language such as C++ or Java as well. In the terms of the Java, the third difference we have is that Java is a strongly typed language, and the type checking is done at a compile time in the Java. And the JavaScript variables need not to be declared before their use, and checking the compatibility of the type that can be done dynamically. In the case of the Java here, that the object in a Java are static, that means the number of the data members and method are fixed at a compile time. And for the JavaScript, in a JavaScript the objects are dynamic, that means we can change the total data members and method of an object during the execution. These were the 4 differences between the Java and the JavaScript. Now we'll discuss about the strengths here. Strengths of Java. In the terms of the strengths here, there are many strengths related to the JavaScript, Java. So there are the strength as well as the weakness as well. So we'll discuss some of the approx 5 to 6 strengths and 1 to 2 weakness as well. So here, talking about the strengths here, the first strength is that JavaScript can be using as an alternative to Java applet. JavaScript can be embedded in XHTML as well. The second strength is that Java can be effectively used for the interaction with the user, and the JavaScript support form elements such as button, text box, menus, and so on. And simple web applications such as calculator, calendar can be developed using the JavaScript. Now for the third one, that using the document object model, that is a DOM, JavaScript can access and modify the properties of CSS, that is the cascading style sheet, and the contents of XHTML document. The fourth strength we have related to the JavaScript is JavaScript can be used to detect the visitor browser. The fifth strength we have is JavaScript can be used to create cookies. The sixth strength we have related to the JavaScript is JavaScripts are used to validate the data on the web page before submitting it to the server. And for the next one, and we'll discuss about the weakness here. So weakness, there are the 2 weaknesses here in the terms of the weakness of JavaScript. The first weakness is JavaScript execute on a client machine directly, and hence it can be used to attack the security issue for the malicious purpose as well. The second weakness is JavaScript can be interrupted differently by the different browser as well. So now we will discuss the association with the internet, what Java strongly associated with the internet, and somewhat related to the flowchart as well, that we'll discuss related to the Javas here, and in the reference towards the association with internet. So we'll go ahead with another one heading, that is your association with internet. In the case of the association with the internet here, in the term of it, that Java is a simple object-oriented programming language or compiling Java program. It generates a bytecode, and the bytecode can be executed on any machine having JVM, and this makes the Java as a platform-independent language. For that, we will go ahead a sort of a flow chart here. So that what we have is, this is a sort of a program that what I will be writing you as I will be let you write as well what it is all about. This is a sort of a flow chart. You can just write it down and you can just copy it down, so that you'll be getting all the information regarding that what we are doing here, and what is the use of these particular thing that they had asked you in many times in the examination of 10 marks as well. And in the case where we'll talk about in the detail as well here. So here we will go ahead and then we will get it into it that it is related to that, and then we will go ahead and we'll just learn it about it, what it is all about. It is not that much long, you can just write it down even though, and it is very much pretty sure that you will get to know what it is all about, and so that you will be easily understood about it, the flow chart of related to the association with the internet here. So this is a sort of a flow chart. Now first we have the text editor. Text editor goes to the Java source program. This is a Java source program. Then it goes to the Java doc. This is a commenting source program. Commenting source program, and then Java doc goes to the HTML file. Then Java source program goes to the JAVAC. This is a compilation. And then JAVAC goes to the Java class file. Java class file goes to the Java, and it goes to the header files. Then Java class file will goes to the Java here. Then it execution, this is an execution from both side, from a Java to JDB. This is a debugging from JDB to Java as well, and from Java it will goes to the Java program output. So this is a sort of a program flow chart that you will have to understood about it. And secondly, the Java has a rich set of API that allows to implement the various web services as well. And Java can be used for the client-side programming using the applet, and these applets can be directly embedded in the HTML document as well. And in the regard of it, using Java active a web page that can be created. Thus, Java is a very useful programming language tool for the internet as well. Now we'll discuss the uses of Java. So what are the uses of? We'll discuss moreover the 7 uses of Java here, and for that sake we will go ahead here. So here we'll discuss about uses of JavaScript. Uses of JavaScript. The first uses of JavaScript can be used as an alternative to the Java applet. The second uses of JavaScript, that JavaScript can be embedded in HTML. The third uses of JavaScript, that JavaScript can be effectively used for the interaction with the user, and the JavaScript support of form elements such as button, textbook, menus, and so on, and simple web applications such as calculator, calendar, and that can be developed using the JavaScript as well. In the fourth advantage that users we have is that using the document object model, the DOM, JavaScript can access and modify the properties of CSS, that is cascading style sheet, and the contents of the HTML document, and hence the static web document becomes dynamic as well. The fifth uses we have is the JavaScript can be used to detect the visitor browsers and can load the page accordingly. The sixth uses of JavaScript is that JavaScript can be used to create the cookies. Seventh uses of JavaScript, that JavaScript are used to validate the data on the web page before the submitting it to the server. These were the 7 uses of JavaScript that we had discussed. You discussed, and you can write it down as well. In the terms of it, now we'll discuss about related to the documents, and in the terms of the document, the kinds of comment that are supported by the JavaScript. So the JavaScript supports the following comment. So we'll just write it down here so that you can write it down if you are making a notes, and if you're understanding so you can just get it very clear about it. So the kind of comments are supported by JavaScript. So in the terms of it, if I'm talking about in the terms that the comments that are supported here. So here in the terms we will be talking about about the kinds of the JavaScript support the following comments. So the first comment they are supporting, this is a comment that is this is used to specify the single line comment here, and for the respect towards it, if I'm talking about with the another one, and that what we have is the second comment we have is this and this can be used to specify the multiple multi-line comment as well, and the XHTML that I told you about it, like this will be your the another one, and that is this will be used is used in the JavaScript as well. And this is these were the comments that are used that are supported by the JavaScript. These were the 3 comments. This is a single line comment, this is a multi-line comment, and as well as this is used in the JavaScript as well. Now we'll go ahead for a short program that is related to write a simple JavaScript to display the welcome message. So we'll do that, and so here we'll go ahead with this a program here. So we'll write right here, write a simple JavaScript to display the welcome message. So in the regard of it, we will have to write this welcome message. So we'll write it down for that. So start writing. Doc type HTML public w3c / DTD XHTML 1.0 transitional /en http www.w3.org /dr/xhtml 1 /dtd /xhtml 1.dtd / then this. For that we will be having HTML XMLNS http www.w3.org /1999xhtml. I had told you about in the last program all these detail here. So this is for with regard of it, and as I told you about all the detail in the last classes, you can just gone through with that if you don't know about it. So we'll start with the head, then title, my first JavaScript, then title close. This is a closing tag. Head open किया था तो head close करेंगे, then body, then center, script type equals to script type, that is .text / JavaScript. Then this is the first JavaScript. And I told you about this tag, this comment tag, and as well as the double slash tag we write now. You know very well if you had gone through with a clear manner. Document dot write. So we'll write it down. Welcome to first page of JavaScript. Then script close, center, body close, and then of course HTML tag close. So all these tags we had open and we had to close these things. Now we'll discuss about what are the advantages and disadvantages of indirectly embedding the JavaScript. So here we'll discuss about the advantages and disadvantages. In the reference toward the advantages, that we have two advantages. That the first is that script can be hidden from the browser user. The second is that the layout and the presentation of the web document that can be separate out from the user interaction through the JavaScript. And the disadvantages, if I'm talking about, so with regard of disadvantages, the first is that if the small amount of the JavaScript code has to be embedded in XHTML document, then making a separate JavaScript file is meaningless. And the second disadvantages we have is that if the JavaScript code can to be embedded at a several places in a XHTML document, then it is complicated to make a separate JavaScript file, and each time invoking the code for it from the HTML document. Now we'll discuss about what are the primitive types and primitive object used in the JavaScript, and explain the concept of the wrapper object as well. So wrapper object is also asked, and this is a concept which is not clear to everyone, so that what we will discuss as well in reference towards the JavaScript. So now we will go through with the case that as I told you about the primitive type used in JavaScript. So I will just write it on here only. Primitive type used in JavaScript. So primitive types are used in JavaScript. So there are 5 primitive types that are used in the JavaScript. The first we have is number. The second we have a string. The third we have boolean. The fourth we have undefined, and the fifth we have null. So these were the 5 primitive types used in the JavaScript: the number, the string, boolean, undefined, and null. Now talking about the types of predefined object that in JavaScript. So we'll go ahead with 3 types आपके होते हैं, 3 types of predefined objects in JavaScript. So what are the 3 types that we have? The first is number. The second we have is string, and the third we have boolean. These were the 3 types of predefined objects in the JavaScript. Now we'll discuss about the wrapper objects. These objects are called wrapper objects. These wrapper objects provide the properties and the method which can used as primitive type. Okay, now we'll discuss about what is the difference between the undefined and the null in JavaScript. As I told you about this in undefined and the null here. So the difference between those two: the null value can be assigned by using a reserved word null, and the null means no value. If we try to access the null value, then the runtime error will occur. And in the case of the undefined here, that if a variable is explicitly declared and not assigned any value to it, and then it is undefined value, and if we try to display the undefined value, then on the browser the word undefined will be displayed, and there is no reserved word for the undefined primitive type as well. So these were the difference between the null and undefined. Now we'll discuss about the input and output. Now we'll discuss about explain the document dot write property in the JavaScript, जो कि मैंने अभी देखो यहाँ पे document type dot write property हमने यूज़ किया भी है. तो जावास्क्रिप्ट में डॉक्यूमेंट डॉट राइट प्रॉपर्टी का क्या यूज़ होता है, व्हाट इज़ द यूज़ एंड व्हाट इज दिस प्रॉपर्टी इज व्हाई दिस प्रॉपर्टी इज यूज इन द जावास्क्रिप्ट इन द टर्म्स ऑफ इट फॉर displaying the message on the web browser. The basic method being to use document.write and to print the desired message on the web page, and we write the message in a double quote inside the document.write method, as you can see here. And for example, if I'm talking about, so we write just as in the form of document dot write, like हमने लिखा है great India. Okay, so this is in the double quote, and we can pass the variable instead of a string as a parameter, the document dot write. So for example, for that, where my message, that is great India, or we can say that document dot write my message. So that we had put it here. So note that the variable my message that should not be passed in double quotes to the document dot write, otherwise the result, the string is my dot message, will be printed on the browser instead of the string great India. So now we'll discuss a sort of a program, that is write a script that reads an integer and determines that the space whether it odds or an even number. So we'll go ahead with that. So we'll go ahead with that program as well, that write a script that reads an integer, undetermined displays it odd or not, just write it down, and determines and display. Whether or even number. So this we will be writing out for this particular thing. We will be writing a program here. So yes, we'll go on ahead with the doc type. Doc type HTML page, HTML public, w3c /DTD XHTML 1.0 transitional /en http www.w3.org/tr/xhtml1.dtd HTML XMLNS http www.w3.org/9199/xhtml. Then head. Then we have a script type equals to text/JavaScript function fun str var num equals to number str if num %2 equals to 0, then alert even number else alert odd number. Then closing tag, we have script tag close, head tag close. Then start with the body. Then we will write it on script type. Then it equals to text/JavaScript var input /string equals to prompt enter some number fun input str. देन फिर स्क्रिप्ट टैग ओपन किया था तो स्क्रिप्ट टैग क्लोज करेंगे. देन फिर बॉडी टैग को क्योंकि ओपन किया था तो क्लोज करेंगे. एंड देन फिर HTML टैग को क्लोज करेंगे. So this is a whole program where we are going this is a script that reads an integer and determine and displays whether it is odd or even number. So now click on OK button with the following output that can be obtained. So now we will discuss the another program, that is develop a JavaScript to generate the Armstrong number between the range of 1 to 100. Example 153 is an Armstrong number since sum of the cube of the digits is equals to the number, that is 1 plus 125 plus 27, that is equals to 153. So in the regard of it, we will do a program in the reference for the JavaScript here. So here we will write it up a program, that is JavaScript to generate Armstrong number between 1 to 100. Okay, so we will do that. And like for example, 153 is an Armstrong number, so since the sum of the cube of the digits is equals to the number, and that is 1, 1 का cube 1 होता है, 5 का cube 25 होता है, 3 का cube 27 होता है. We'll add it on and we'll get the number 153. So for that sake we will be writing a cube here, and that is between 1 to 100, and that is an Armstrong number. We have to find out to generate the string. So let's go ahead. We'll start with this HTML body, table border equals to 1, align equals to center, that is Armstrong numbers, then closing. Script type equals to text/JavaScript var num temp sum var n equals to 0, I equals to 1, do start a curly bracket, num equals to I, sum equals to 0, while num is greater than 0, start another curly bracket. This is to generate the Armstrong number within between the numbers, that is 1 to 100 here. So while n equals to num %10, n equals to parse int n, num equals to num by 10, num equals to parse int num, sum equals to sum plus n abstract n, then closing tag. After that, if sum equals to I, document dot write tr td plus I plus td हमने टैग क्लोज ओपन किया है तो क्लोज करेंगे, देन tr टैग को भी क्लोज करेंगे क्योंकि ओपन किया है, देन क्लोजिंग टैग I plus while I equals to less than equals to 1000, स्क्रिप्ट टैग क्लोज करेंगे, टेबल टैग को क्लोज करेंगे, बॉडी टैग को क्लोज करेंगे, then of course we will be closing the tag HTML. So this is the whole program where we are finding the Armstrong number between 1 to 100. Now we'll go ahead with another program, and that is your to develop a JavaScript page to demonstrate, and if the condition by which the time on your browser is less than 10, you will get good morning greetings. So here we'll do that. We'll go ahead with the program to develop a JavaScript and to demonstrate if the condition is in the browser is less than 10. Okay, less than 10, then you will get good morning greeting. So what we will do that, good morning greetings. So we'll go ahead with that. The first we'll save it like a good morning .html. So start the program here, HTML head, then script type equals to text slash JavaScript function greet message where today equals to new date where h equals to today dot get hours where m equals to today dot get minutes where s equals to today dot get seconds. If h less than 10, then alert good morning time plus h plus m plus s plus else alert have a good day. अगर ये होगा तो आपका गुड मॉर्निंग मैसेज को करेगा अलर्ट, अगर नहीं होगा तो फिर आपका हैव अ गुड डे रिप्रेजेंट करेगा. वेयर टाइम प्लस एच प्लस एम प्लस एस प्लस then close the tab. Now script tag close, head tag close, then body onload equals to greet message, then body tag close, and then HTML tag close. Now we will write a JavaScript to find out to print the largest and the smallest value among the 10 elements of the array, and for that sake we will have to write a sort of a program, and for that we will start from here only. So here we'll go ahead with that. So we have to write a JavaScript to find out to print the largest and smallest values among 10 elements of an array. So now we'll write it down, start writing it. HTML head script type equals to text slash JavaScript function fun, then start a curly bracket. Now we'll write it down. A equals to new array 10 बोला है तो इसलिए 10. A of 0 equals to 20. Now after that we'll be writing it down. A of 1 equals to 10. A of 2 equals to -1. A of 3 50. A of 4 equals to 70. A of 5 equals to 120. A of 6 equals to 40. A of 7 equals to 60. A of 8 equals to 90. A of 9 equals to 100. Now for that, start the document. Dot write the element of array or break. Max val equals to A of 0. For I equals to 0, I is less than 10 because that has been given in the question, and I plus plus. Then again, document dot write plus A of I. Now for that, min val equals to A of 0, max val equals to A of 0. For I equals to 0, I is less than 10, I plus plus. If A of I is less than min dash val, min val equals to A of I. If A phi is greater than max val, max val equals to A of I, then close the curly bracket. Then again we'll write it down, document dot write break, that is the minimum value is plus min val. Then again for that, document dot write we are closing tag, the maximum value is plus max val, closing tag, script tag close, title finding largest and smallest element, title, closed. Now we'll close the head tag as well. Now we'll close the head tag. Body onload equals to font, then body tag close, then HTML tag close as well. Now we'll go ahead. This is a sort of a program that I will represent. The minimum value is -1 and the maximum value is 120. That it will give the result here. Now we'll discuss about the related to the array here that we gonna discuss here. Ahead with this, how is an array creation done in JavaScript. So write an example with that. And in the reference towards the array, that array is a collection of similar types of element which can be referred by a common name. Any element in an array that is referred by any that array name, and that is followed by the followed by positions of that element of the followed by. So in the JavaScript, that the array can be created using the array object. And for example, suppose we want to create an array of 10 elements, then we can write it down with regard of it for the respect towards the array here. So yes, so we will go ahead with that is your var equals to new array. Using new operator, that we can allocate the memory dynamically for the array here. Now we'll go ahead for the array, that write a JavaScript to find the smallest of even given an integers. So just we write it down. Write a JavaScript that finds the smallest of given n integers. So this has been asked in the 5 marks question, and that is also an important one. So you have to be very clear about it when we are going to write a program or JavaScript here, script in any of the questions. So you have to be very clear about it. So start with the doc type here. Doc type HTML public w#c DTD XHTML 1.0 transitional en http www.w3.org/tr/xhtml1 DTD/xhtml1.ttd. Now HTML XMLNS http://w3.org/1999 XHTML. Now for the head, script type equals to text/JavaScript function small element small element a, start under the curly bracket, I equals to 0, min equals to I, for I in a, start curly bracket, if a of I is less than min, then min equals to a of I. Then after that I plus then document dot write the smallest element is plus min, closing tag. Now we'll close the script tag as well. Closing the script tag, then head tag, start with the head tag, then body tag, then script type equals to text JavaScript var equals to new array, that is 30, 10, 20, 40, 50, small element r script tag close, body tag close, and HTML tag close. So this is a whole program, while we are going to write a JavaScript that finds the smallest of given integers here. Now we'll go ahead with another program, write a JavaScript program to find the largest among 5 numbers. That what will do it. So yes, we'll go ahead with that as well. Write a JavaScript program to find the largest among 5 numbers. So we'll write it down for that as well. Now we'll start with another one, that is a doc type. HTML public /w hash c / btd xhtml 1.0 transitional /en http www.w3.org/dr /xhtml1 /dtd /xhtml11.dtg. Now for the HTML, XMLNS equals to http://www.w3.org/1999/xhtml. Then head, start with the head here. Then after the head here, that is your script type equals to text / JavaScript, then function largest element a, j equals I equals to 0, max equals to a of I for I in a, that is if a of I is greater max equals to a of I plus plus. Document, that has to be very clear about it. Document dot write, that is the largest element is plus max, then closing tag script tag close, then head, start with the head, then body, start with the body. Then after the body we have a script tag. I will write it down here. Script type equals to text / JavaScript var equals to new array, that is 30, 10, 20, 40, 50, largest element AR, then we'll end up with script tag, body tag close, and then HTML tag close as well. So we'll end up with this. Here the largest element S50. We'll start with the next coming class, that is your class 9. We'll start with that, and I will start with another program here. First of all, it's a huge request to all the subscribers. Please go through with the subscribe button, and please like, share and subscribe our channel so that many and maximum people can get the information at once, and even though you can also enjoy the video as well. In this, if I'm talking about unit 1, that we had covered up unit 1 and unit 2, and this is your unit 3 that we had started up. In this unit 1, that introduction and web development strategies, history of the web and internet, protocol governing web, writing web projects and connecting to the internet, introduction to the internet services and tools, introduction to the client server computing, and core Java introduction, operator, data types, variable, array, method and classes, and inheritance, package and inheritance, interfaces, exception handling, multi-thread programming, input output, Java applet, string handling, event handling, introduction to AWT controls, layout managers. In the unit 2, we had covered up web page designing, that is an HTML, list, table, images, frames, forms, CSS, document, web document type definition, XML, DTD, XML schemas, object model, presenting and using the XML, using XML processes, DOM and SAC, and dynamic HTML. That what we had covered in unit 2. Now unit 3 we had started. It is divided into 2, that is a scripting and networking. Scripting we had started, that is JavaScript introduction, document, form, statement, functions, objects, introduction to Ajax. That what we have to cover up. In networking, in unit 3, that we have to cover up the init address, factory method, instance method, TCP/IP, client socket, URL connection, TCP/IP, server socket, and datagram. Then in unit 4, we have to cover up the enterprise Java beans, and that is your enterprise Java bean, preparing a class to be Java bean, creating a Java bean properties, types of beans, stateful sessions beans, stateless session beans, and then entity bean. That what we have to cover up. And then database, Java database connectivity, JDBC, merging data and multiple tables, that is joining, manipulating database with JDBC, prepared statement, transaction processing, and stored procedure as well. In unit 5, what we have to cover our servlets here, the servlets overview and the architecture, interface servlets and the servlet life cycle, handling the HTTP GET request, handling the HTTP POST request, redirecting request to the other resources, session tracking, cookies, session tracking with the HTTP session as well. Then the Java server page JSP, that is the introduction, Java server page overview of first Java server page example, implicit object, scripting, standard actions, directories, custom tag libraries. That what we have to cover up. So first of all, it's a huge request to all the subscribers. Please go through with the subscribe button, and please like, share and subscribe to our channel so that many and maximum people can get the information at once, and even you can also enjoy the video as well. Thanks for subscribing us. Thank you.